Hey there everybody, Radix Parasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. In the last episode we finished up the Mirage Arena, including 2 of the super bosses with Ventus. Now I am here in Radiant Garden with Aqua to show you the level grinding method, at least the best method that I am aware of for grinding levels in the game. So starting off, you will want as many Mega Flares as you can get. Ideally, I think you want at least 3. 4 is better, but it's not strictly necessary. You might have issues with 2. It'll impact your rate, like the rate at which you can get experience, basically. So, other important things to have ability-wise. Let's see. So any magic hastes that you can have, the more the better. That will cause the Mega Flares to recharge faster. Same thing goes for reload boost. That will also increase your speed. You want to be below 25% HP in order to do this for 1, the faster reload speed, and 2, EXP chance. So this is absolutely crucial, and this will double the amount of EXP that you get when your HP falls below 25%. So those are the major things that you want to have. Now, one thing that I will caution you against having, at least having it on for this, is Treasure Magnet, because the enemies will drop HP orbs, especially if you have like HP Price Plus on. So heck, you could turn that off if you want to as well. But what you don't want to happen is you don't want to be picking up the HP orbs, because that could make you go over 25% HP, and that will remove your double experience points. So obviously what you don't want here. So once you got all that set up, you can come here to the reactor, get the enemies to spawn in. It will take 2 Mega Flares to wipe out all the waves of enemies here. So once you do that, you can run out to the aqueduct and then run back in. Now you can see my first Mega Flare is basically ready. This is why I recommend that you have at least 3, because that way you'll have 1 that you don't use, and then the first one that you use should be basically ready by the time you do all this. So that'll minimize the amount of downtime that you have. And that's basically all there is to it. You see, I was a little close there. I picked up money instead of health. But if I had picked up the health, though, you know, that's what you're trying to avoid. So I would definitely recommend stepping back from the enemies to do the Mega Flare, just so you're not close enough to pick up anything. So that is it. Also, this method is not bad at grinding money or items either. Of course, the items do depend on what the enemies will drop, but there you go. There is your experience grinding. That's all I need to show you for now. So I'm going to put my deck back the way it was. Get those Kiragas back in there along with the Thunder Surges. And I will meet you on the world map. And I'm back. So before we go into the last 2 super bosses here, I'll give a brief explanation of why I did things the way I did things. So I did the arena with Ventus just for continuity. I have everything unlocked on the practice file for that, so figured I may as well use Ventus one more time, since we are going to be focusing on Aqua for the rest of the game, at least for the rest of the Let's Play. So I split up the 4 super bosses in the game, 2 for Ven in the arena, because he's the only character that I can do those with, and then I decided to do the other 2 with Aqua. kind of split it between the two of them. So, all right, super boss time. I'm going to be doing Vanitas Remnant first. So that can be found in the Badlands. It's actually, do I need to save? Probably not. If you come back to the Badlands, I don't remember exactly when this appears. I think it might be after you beat the main story for the first time. This portal will appear, and I have not been doing these portals in the past. Oh wait, I have the wrong loadout for this, don't I? Well, it's a good thing that I caught it. So, actually don't want to bring cures into this fight. There is a reason for that. And we'll get into once we actually get into the fight itself. Instead of Thunder Surges, I'm actually going to pack Seeker Mines first. Oops, that is not a Seeker Mine. Okay, I only have 3 of them, so I guess I'll go Mine Square on the last one. Oh, that's not the right slot. Oh, right. I'm not using cures. That's why those are all available. All right, let me go out to the world map and I'll just soft save it just to be sure. So of the super bosses in this game, this one is probably my least favorite personally. As you will see, the BS levels are very high. Yeah, it's not like No Heart where it's difficult, but at least it's kind of fun. Like, you can get into a good rhythm with that. This fight basically just says, rhythm? What rhythm? This is Vanitas Remnant, a recoloring of Vanitas. It has a lot of the similar moves. I think he has, well, I don't know if he has unique moves. He might. So actually, I mean, this first one definitely is. Oh, I'm off to a great start. So if you get hit by this, you will to deal with it. So let's. Yeah, so the reason that I recommend packing Seeker Mines is it is next to impossible to actually attack him properly here. So you just let the mines do it for you, and stay cartwheeling the rest of the time. The one thing you have to be careful with the potions is that Leaf Bracer does not apply to them since they're items, so you will have to find good opportunities to heal safely, so just keep that in mind. Now the reason you don't want to bring Cure into this fight is because if Vanitas sees you using Cure, he will cure himself. So he actually only has 1 health bar, but his defense is pretty high. So if you want to save yourself the trouble of having to deal more damage than he normally has, then you know, don't use Cure. So this is one of the ways that you can make this more manageable. So that was pretty dangerous. Okay, he's doing the bubble attack again. Yeah, just wait that one out. All right. Where is he? He's over here. All right. Well, there you go. There's the fight. So really the strategy there is to just lay the mines in between attacks, or heal if you need to in between attacks, and let the mines do their thing. So there you go. You could call that strategy cheesing it, but beating it legitimately, I want to say legitimately because, I don't know, that's a legitimate way to beat it, but trying to do regular attacks, or even trying to do things like surge attacks, can be quite tricky. Now, the strategy that I just showed off with Aqua, with the Seeker Mines, is one that I believe only she can do. I'll double check because I think she's the only one who can make Seeker Mine. Yeah, so that's a strategy that only Aqua can do. You can use mines with the other characters if you decide to go with Ven, or for some reason Terra. Ven also has access to Tornado, which is a very high risk, high reward command in that fight. If you manage to hit Vanitas with Tornado, it can do half his health or more, depending on what your level is. And it is actually decently possible to hit him with Tornado at the end of that bubble attack, the first bubble attack. So, you know, that is something that that you can do if you're doing it with Ven, because that essentially shaves off half the fight. Doing it the other way. So I think that's about it for all the things I have to say about Vanitas Remnant. I'm going to set up my deck for the last one now. Oops. We're taking on this game's Unknown. I like to call it Mysterious Figure just to differentiate it from the one in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. So, just a word of warning. This super boss will be here at the Land of Departure, I believe after you beat the game. So, whenever you land at the Land of Departure, you will trigger this boss fight, and you can refight it. Same thing goes with Vanitas Remnant. If you go back to the portal, you can re-challenge it, and of course you can re-challenge the arena ones as well. But every time you come back here, you'll have to fight the boss. So, without further ado, let's get into the craziness that... Oh, 1 second, I forgot. I didn't talk about the track for this one. So the music for this one is Enter the Void. So it's a variation of Enter the Darkness, which is the theme for the main game Vanitas fights. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's take on Mysterious Figure. So this track that plays for this fight is quite possibly my favorite one in the entire game. This is Dark Impetus. So first things first, with this fight, unless you are attacking or healing, be dodging. Because like some of the other bosses, this boss is very active. So you will always need to be on your toes, because you will need the invincibility. So aside from that, the X attack is a pretty easy one to dodge through. and get some damage in afterwards. He will occasionally guard your attacks, so keep that in mind. For the Raging Storm one, don't try to challenge it. Just keep dodging. Same thing with this one, just be patient. One of his attacks can... Just you know, waiting to get my turn. Ha! Oh, that's this fight in a nutshell. So, I'll talk about what he did there just before I get back into it. While I have a moment, he split into multiple clones. I forget if it's like 5 or 6, but all of them can attack you. And I just got comboed. If I didn't have once more, I was dead. I was still basically dead because I got knocked up into the air. And there was really not much for me to do when I got up there. So, yeah. This fight is as much as I like the music and, you know, how cool he looks, I will not deny that this fight is 100% bullshit. You know, you really have, like, there's sometimes you just get in situations where you're just screwed. So, at least I got hit by this attack once. Oh, cool. I dropped my roll. This is going well. So, one of his attacks, the whirlwind attack, will knock your commands out of your deck. And, as you can tell, that's not a good thing. Because you will be unable to heal until you get one of your cures back. So I was in a situation, I got it back, but I just dropped my dodge and got hit. I was at 1 HP, so just a really unfortunate situation there. End up and... He did the cloning attack on me twice. Just real fun. See, this is the problem. Like, you can heal, but then you may not get out of it. Man, he is mad today. I have never had this much trouble with this, like, consistently. Oh, I'm stunned. Are you kidding me? Wow. I don't think it needs to be said that this is, you know, by far the most lethal boss of the bunch. Like I feel no heart wishes he could be this deadly. So yeah, if you get combo, just ride it out. Are you kidding me? I'm just gonna take this opportunity to heal. It'd be great if he, like, didn't do the clone attack for one gun. Why? I don't think I've ever struggled with this much. And maybe it's just because I've gotten lucky. Oh, he's doing it right off the bat. Alright, you know, whenever you feel like... And I'm stuck in the loop. Man. Yeah, I was prepared to die on this boss some. I was not prepared for it to be this bad. Oh my god. Camera, can you like chill please so I can actually tell what's going on? Was on the wrong command. Why? I have beaten this boss, you know, my fair share of times. And there are times when I've just, you know, sat down, you know, loaded up the boss, and was able to beat it first try. I guess the boss has just decided that, you know, does not want to cooperate today. Doesn't have like a ton of health, but like I said, you can die anytime, so, you know, any progress that you've made on the boss does not matter. And I'm in the corner, which is not great. Can you stop? Alright, taking an opportunity to heal while I am not at risk of immediately getting hit. Okay, so he hasn't actually done this yet, so I'm glad that we got the opportunity to show it off. He's now invisible. You can still damage him while he's like this, but you cannot lock onto him, so have fun with that. Also, there's nothing stopping him from like doing multiple effects at the same time, so he can, you know, make himself invisible and clone himself. I'm going to wait until those are off the field because until they are, I'll not be safe. Yep, I was off. He can also do the invisible thing for as long as he wants. I'm so glad the game counted that as a combo. That was weird. It put me on like one of my deck commands that was recharging. Yeah, if you don't get openings, just be patient. I was completely off there. Oh. That happened. So yeah, mysterious figure's fun. Look, all I will say is this. It can be fun. It can also be very unfun. And which experience you get is completely up to the game. Whatever the game wants to give you. So I got the you are not allowed to live experience this time. So that is just about going to do it. There's one thing that I do want to cover before I end this episode, and I actually need to switch to the other file to do it. So I'm going to do that, and I will be right back. All right, so I am back. You know what? Just go somewhere to show these off. I can show them off in the world somewhere. So the one thing that I kind of neglected to mention about some of the things that I've been doing recently are the rewards that you get for doing them. Because on the practice files that I'm doing these on, I've already done them. So I didn't unlock them by doing some of the things. So these are mostly Keyblade based. So I'm just going to show off the Keyblades. And I'll tell you how to unlock them. So first off is Ultima Weapon. So in order to get this, you have to beat the Villain's Vendetta mission in the Mirage Arena. It's got 7 strength, 6 magic, and has easier critical hits. So not a bad option if you don't have better things, but as we will get to here momentarily, there are better ones in this game. So Void Gear is the Keyblade that Vanitas Remnant was using. So you will get this by defeating him. Pretty long reach. So boost in strength though. 8 and 4. This may be the highest strength Keyblade that you have access to, depending on the character. I don't know if it's as strong as Chaos Ripper for Terra. It might not be, but in any case, there's that. No name. You get this by defeating Mysterious Figure / Unknown. So this is 6 and 7. So I believe I have this one on... I was using this one for Aqua. You might have seen in some of the recent footage, because I think it is like the highest magic stat available in the game, aside from the next Keyblade, which it's tied with. So the last one is Royal Radiance. So you get this one for defeating the Peering into Darkness. That's the name of the mission. Beat No Heart, and you'll get this one. So this is the one that I'm using on Ven because it is just objectively speaking the best Keyblade in the game. And the game even says that. So increases the speed at which the command gauge fills. So it gives you a, reload boost, or sorry, command gauge. Sorry, different thing. So that makes your gauge fill up faster for command styles. So, pretty darn good. 8 strength, 7 magic. It's not objectively the best in all areas compared to, say, like Chaos Ripper, but you'd be hard pressed to find a better Keyblade than this. So definitely worth it to use this one. So here's the Royal Radiance. show it off. There you go. Been using that one. And then, oops, that's not the right one. No Name. I mean, appearance-wise, Royal Radiance is pretty cool. Although No Name is probably my favorite because it's got the whole clock aesthetic going on there, plus the glowing blue along most of the blade. It's even got like gears on the handle, so this is, you know, A+ design in my book. And then, you know, Void Gear, it's a thing. I mean, it doesn't look bad or anything. I feel like making it kind of taking the color out of it kind of removes what made the original Keyblade interesting, like having the red accents instead of the white. But that's just me. And of course, the Ultima weapon. I equip that. Now, it is worth noting that the different characters do have different sized Keyblades. So Ven's Keyblades are the smallest out of the three. Aqua's are in the middle, and Terra's are like either bigger or longer. So just keep that in mind, that this is the smallest of the Ultima Keyblades. So looks pretty cool. I think it's pretty similar in design to the one in KH2. Got a pretty similar aesthetic going on. So there you go. That is it. That is all the super bosses. Got rocked a little bit, especially by a mysterious figure, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So, with that out of the way, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show off, short of the true ending. That is what I will be doing next time. So we will be finishing Birth by Sleep. It might not be in the next part, but it's the beginning of the end. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. I have been Rex Parasite, signing out.